Moving on to top five, and this week's top five is long-term storylines. And I got to be fair. Past two
Yeah, we
times
got
we
like
did top
HB. Yeah, yeah,
five,
yeah, yeah.
we got he's already threatened to walk off the podcast already now.
Three
So
times.
yeah, so we got to let him go first this time, so that way he doesn't get his he doesn't just pack up the shit and leave. So go ahead, HB. You got a top five, your top five long-term storylines.
My shit might be a little bit different. Um, I got the Becky Lynch,
Oh, the man.
the man shit. She was
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
wild.
Mm-hmm.
She got decked
Fire.
on TV and
She really
started it
did
off.
though.
She got
Yeah.
Naya snuffed out. That was wild. That was personal.
Put mad smut on Nia name. Like she about to come through with the gun now.
and
Like,
she
oh, so you did
snuffed
it on
out.
purpose?
hmm So no order, but I got
Mm.
Becky Lynch. I got Randy Orton, the Legend Killer.
Oh, the punt. Oh, wait. The
Mm,
legend killer or the punt Randy Orton? The legend killer? The early Randy Orton, like with his pops
Maybe,
around
maybe,
and shit.
maybe no, maybe more of the punt when he was wilding.
Okay, yeah.
I would
That
say
was
the
just unhinged. Yeah, that was like just
uh,
unhinged Orton.
yeah, and like he was wilding. He punched Stephanie in the head.
That shit was
that was wild.
crazy.
He was
Yeah.
wilding. So that was great TV. Triple H pulled up to his house, threw him through a
Yeah,
window.
that's
Like that was
amazing job security.
Hmm.
Like, yo, boss, I'm gonna kick your daughter in the face.
hmm
Right.
So I think that was a
And what
fire
we
ass
learned,
storyline.
bro, sorry to interject, but what we learned from that Vince documentary, he wasn't against the wildest shit. So sorry, but go ahead. On my fault.
Mm-mm.
Go ahead, Shador.
hmm Um, no, it's all good.
He dirty. Go ahead. That was
Um,
crazy.
that was two, right? I like
Hmm.
the WCW when they invaded WWE. It was
Oh,
like the
the
Alliance,
okay, yeah.
Hmm.
like that shit. I felt that shit was fire. And then Stone Cold switching sides, like I felt that shit
He
was
was in
hard.
WCW and
hmm
ECW.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Yep.
sense.
So like that shit was fire.
Hmm.
I got the Brothers of Destruction.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's tough. Forgot about
Like
that.
Kane and Undertaker, they was fighting each other, and they gave us the whole story. I was like, what, 10? They gave us the whole storyline where he was like, yo, he got burnt in the house. My man left him in there. He
Hmm.
pulled up.
Yeah.
He talking with the shit right here. Like
How Undertaker committed a crime and nobody reported something.
that's what
There's a
I'm
lot of
saying.
people in WWE that commit crimes on TV and nobody reports
That's
them.
fact.
So let's keep this
Mhm.
that.
Essentially, yeah, he was the dead man. He was wilding. Makes sense, right? And then
Hmm.
last but not least, Stone Cold versus McMahon. That's like the longest running feud storyline ever told.
Mm,
Hmm.
It's like
Okay.
so if you're gonna
that's
put the
tough.
bloodline over that, that might be number two.
Yeah, you didn't even have the bloodline in your top five?
Oh, I thought excluding the bloodline.
Oh, okay.
Like I
Oh,
thought
oh,
bloodline is already there.
you
Like
not excluded
we
from
Oh, okay.
one.
Oh, it's S tier. It's God tier already.
it's God tier.
Yeah,
That shit is
Okay,
God.
okay.
I gotta
For
find
me, it's
another one
God
then.
tier.
That.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
like that's why I didn't mention them because I
No,
was about to
yeah,
say the
that makes sense.
bloodline, but I was like,
Yeah,
nah,
that
they
makes sense.
and it's still going, so we don't know where the shit might end up. It's great so far, so we don't know where the shit gonna end up. So that's why I didn't
I ain't
mention
gonna
it.
lie, there was one I'm surprised you ain't mentioned. I'm gonna mention it and you're gonna be hot.
All right,
Um,
go ahead, Drew.
Are you want me to go?
yeah,
I
No order.
yeah.
Nation of Domination.
Hmm.
Just because
I
they was
like that.
niggas, I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was tough. That was the first time I really seen that on TV. Like we saw
Mhm.
Harlem Heat years before that,
they
and that
was
was like a
niggas.
dope tag team. I mean, they all is niggas.
They was all niggas, but Booker T was
Yeah.
calling niggas niggas.
He was calling white people niggas. He called these
Yeah, he
white
was
niggas
calling
niggas.
redacted. Um, so yeah, nah, shit
Oh,
was dope. We got multiple, like everybody in the nation got an opportunity to branch out and do something else too. So it wasn't like it was just that. So
Hmm.
that was dope. Um, I gotta go with the streak because that shit was just a crazy story in itself. The fact
Hmm.
that they didn't notice until he had won 10 or 11 in a row, and then they was like, "Oh shit, like, fuck it, let's run with it," and they made it a thing and started making other storylines. Like, think about it. Shawn Michaels and Triple H wasted two different opportunities themselves trying to break the streak. Shawn Michaels played his
Mm.
career against the streak.
Yeah.
So that shit was crazy.
Forgot
Um,
about that.
that shit was crazy. I mean, I gotta go NWO.
Hmm.
Like
I
that
almost
shit
said
just an
that.
iconic. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
an iconic
real
ass
good though.
storyline. So that's three. I gotta go to Four Horsemen.
Okay.
They got different, they different iterations, multiple different people in the group. They done beat up Dusty Rhodes. They done beat up Sting. They done beat up Lex Luger. Like they fought with the Dungeon of Doom and NWO. They done did a little bit of everything. So I got to go with them. And then probably the last long term storyline. That's tough. I'm gonna give you a different one. It's a trio that constantly stayed in conflict with each other when they all got to WWE. Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho, and Chris Benoit. They had a series of matches over 2 years that was insane to the point
Hmm.
that because Kurt Angle got pushed to the World Championship, it actually ended up pushing the other two closer to the World Championship. But I remember they had a match at WrestleMania 2000 where Kurt Angle came in with two belts and left with nothing.
Mm.
He got hit with the Walls of Jericho for one, and then
I
Crippler Crossface for the other, and he lost both.
remember that. I remember that.
So, yeah, I would go with those five outside of the Bloodline. I think Bloodline is insane. I mean, they had to have made like billions at this point of the
Hmm.
Bloodline.
Yeah. All right. But those are good ones. I like those. Of course, mine is in no particular order, but I got Austin and Rock. They
I
had
was gonna say
three.
that too.
It
Yeah,
was an honorable mention.
they had three WrestleMania matches, I believe. So that's
Yeah,
that's pretty.
two main
What?
events too.
Yeah.
3 matches
So
and
what?
two main events.
Can I interject?
Got it.
We thought The Rock killed Stone Cold. That shit was crazy when he threw him
What you
off the
talking
bridge.
about?
Oh, when he tossed Stone Cold off the bridge.
Oh
Because their
yeah,
rivalry was so
Yeah.
crazy, and Stone
Yeah.
oh
Cold
yeah.
pulled up
But that
on
was
him.
before. I think that was before they had the championship though, like world champion. I think they was like intercontinental back then.
No,
Nah,
I think no, that was
they
WWE
had the belt.
Championship. I don't think because
Was
that was
that?
when Stone
Rock
Cold.
had the belt.
I think either Stone Cold had the Smoking Skull one at the time, or because The Rock didn't really have the Brahma Bull one on TV like that. So I think
Nah.
it was a Smoking Skull one. Yeah, I think it was a Smoking Skull one. Um, so I think that's when he was corporate Rock, when he was part of the corporation, I think.
Corporation.
Hmm
Yeah.
I
Um,
fuck with that storyline too. It was me,
that,
Austin. It was me all. Oh,
That's the one I
exactly.
missed. Fuck.
Yo, it was me.
That was me. That
um,
storyline
my
was crazy.
the next one I got is Cena versus Edge. I
Oh,
feel like
facts.
they definitely had a long series of matches.
Yeah, it's underrated.
Um, I've Cena, Edge. I also have Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They had a feud, especially with
When
Shawn
Shawn Michaels
Michaels
came back,
when he came back. That it
that
was
shit
it
was
was
nasty.
that shit was it was nasty, exactly.
Yeah, that shit.
This one here is a bit unorthodox. But it was, I don't know how to best describe it, but it was the time when Ric Flair was retiring, and Vince McMahon had him go through a bunch of matches
Mm-hmm.
which ended with Shawn Michaels in that WrestleMania match. It was WrestleMania when he did it. When he said,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
"I'm sorry, I love you," and
I
kicked the
love you.
shit out of
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yo,
um, kicked the shit out of him. So that was what's that? That's three, right?
what was
You
that?
got three.
No, because what you had,
I have Rock Austin, Triple
Rock and
H,
Austin, Triple
and
H, and Shawn Michaels.
so that's
I think
four.
did he name somebody else too?
I have
You said the
four. It
Ric
was
Flair
Yeah.
the
joint.
Ric Flair
You have
retirement,
four, I believe.
Cena.
Mm-hmm.
So my last one, see what I had on here, be honest, in full transparency. I had Undertaker streak, but you already said that. But it could still be on
Um.
my top. And then also
Mm-hmm.
had the bloodline. But if I had to choose another one for my fifth, damn, Long term. This, you know what? I'll say it. I'll say it. I think this one is probably. I thought it was pretty good. Is Bianca and Becky, because I think they have
Oh
like two
yeah.
years in a row of matches.
Was it 2 years? I
Because
know
I
they
feel like
had. I
Bianca
know
beat
they
her
had a
once.
extended amount of time. I know they had because of what Bianca lost at like SummerSlam. Then she
Yeah.
beat Becky at WrestleMania. And did she
Mhm.
beat Becky again?
I think she did beat Becky because Becky. That's when Becky had that stupid fashion shit that she was doing. That was dumb.
Oh
Because
yeah.
remember, she
She was
returned as
following
the
Seth.
man. Yeah, like she returned as the man, Becky Lynch, when she beat Bianca, and then
Hmm.
she was. I think she was still the man when Bianca beat her, and then it was the other shit. But yeah, that's mine. Um,
You
but
know what's
yeah,
crazy? I'm thinking about it now. I don't think we really had because Vince was so like fucking like I don't know, he got schizophrenia or dementia or some shit.
I'm saying he neurotic.
Like yeah, when you think about the women's division gets better after like I don't know 2016, right? And they go
hmm
into like a whole new realm. What's the best long term story? What Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte? Because
Hmm.
that shot, but that was kind of cooked up real quick. Because Charlotte wasn't supposed to
That
be a
was it.
part of it.
hmm
Can't say it's like Charlotte and Becky.
I want to say, didn't
Can't,
they have like a long
No, that shit was
run of
epic
it?
too, though.
it
Becky was
was,
just
but
snuffing
like
Charlotte every time she got hit.
I don't feel like any of them like met up to like the ones that we just named.
Nah,
Mm.
they didn't have no legendary storytelling as of yet. They had
Hmm.
the closest
They've
thing
had
you
good
might
matches. They
you
had
had
good
good
matches, but
matches. Yeah,
yeah.
great matches. I think the closest thing you might get to that is probably the Becky shit. Like her rise to that point after getting snuffed
Hmm.
out and then the run that she had to get with Charlotte and Nia and on to get to that point. That's probably the closest one you will have to long-term storytelling
Yeah.
that was fire. Every
We should have got
That's
like
the
a
closest.
Becky and Ronda rematch or some shit. Or I don't know. I feel like they just didn't they ain't squeeze all the juice out of what they had there.
hmm
Because
Some of
like
that
when
was
you name
Vince.
that Bianca one, it's like, oh, we got lucky because that's like around the time that Triple H starts doing some of that work. So like it's changing.
hmm
Damn,
But yeah, y'all got any honorable
smoke.
mentions before we close this out? And I want to mention or anything like
The
that?
Rock and
Honorable
Chris
mention.
Jericho.
The Rock and Chris
Oh,
Jericho.
they was all right.
Because
hmm
you had two of the best to ever do it on the mic was going at each other. That shit was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Jericho and Triple H. And how I used to call Stephanie a trash bag hoe.
But that's what I'm kind of talking about. Because it was all so it was like the Rock and Chris Jericho, and then they was trying to fight to become like the number one contender to fight Triple H. So
Hmm.
they had like weeks of going at Triple H, and then every chance they got, they was bragging on Stephanie. Then they teamed up one point on
Hmm.
I
Stephanie
remember
all
I
that.
kinds of
remember.
hoes
I
and shit.
remember
So that's how I was
that.
like the Rock and Chris Jericho because that shit
I mean, The
it was
Rock and
Hmm.
wild.
Triple H too. They had a pretty long
Yeah.
um little rivalry. But
Triple
again,
H
I feel
versus
like
the world.
He
yeah,
beat
pretty
he
much.
beat you everybody, son.
Yeah,
This thing was
like
bugging, son.
yeah. Anybody that wasn't a part of DX. Oh, that's a lie.
Even
Because Shawn
DX.
Michaels, yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't think he ever went against like Road Dogg and because that wasn't even on his level. Like Road Dogg and Billy
Yeah.
Gunn, that was
They
on
wasn't
his
trying to
level.
try him. Come on now.
Yeah.